everybody, One of Wiisdom here. It is Thursday, May 12, 2016. Pretty fantastically awesome day. So there I am at work out in the shop. I come back up and what do I find? A package has arrived from the good folks at Skylanders game. And what did it contain? Why, Thrillipede and his Buzzwing. So this is a big deal. Now, I know we've had access to Excited Thrillipede, but never Thrillipede in a standard form, which I have to say looks awesome, and personally I prefer it way more than the Easter variant. But some people, you know, that might be your color scheme, or you might like sort of like the quirky special edition stuff. His standard figure, very, very cool. Number one, he's got a bomber jacket. I covered that in detail last time. The color scheme is awesome for some reason. The brown, the sheepskin white, the orangey brown leather gloves. It just ties together quite well. Plus, he's got a sweet metallic green finish. So I really like the aesthetics of the figure. But our holdup progressing with Excited Thrillipede was simply we didn't have the Buzzwing, so we couldn't do the Supercharged challenge, right? Now we have it, and we can. So here it is in the packaging. PDDT, when he got his earlier, I already got to open it up. And he said, wanted me to be weary of the wings. He said they're pretty fragile, but we'll open it up. We will see and assess things. The packaging on standard Thrillipede is fantastic. It pops. It looks great. Again, you can check out his unboxing. It looked really, really nice. And conjunctively, when you pair these two together, it looks really good. I think it's a little bit easier to get the kind of catchy packaging for the single figure as opposed to the vehicle. But here it is, and that is what we will be taking a look at. I've always kind of wondered, obviously you need the logo up top for parents, grandparents, confused consumers. But I sort of wonder, like, if we just, like, took the vehicle artwork and shifted it up, and then maybe, like, you know, shrink down the Skylanders and have it there. Keep it in the section, have employees know, you know, the basics of the games and Toys to Life characters. I have to wonder if, like, that wouldn't draw more people to it, because in the packaging, you can never really fully appreciate the vehicle. The characters, yeah, you can see them, you're like, that is sweet, we're getting it. With the vehicles, especially like the intricate detail on them and all the angles, I feel like it would be doing the consumer a favor and sales, in all honesty, for the vehicle, if we were to shift like the artwork around a little bit. But you'll see what I mean when we open this. There will be like this cool picture, and right now you kind of can't see it because it's, you know, covered by the vehicle, which you can't really appreciate because of its complexity. So nonetheless, here it is in all its glory. This is the Buzzwing, and drum roll please, this is our final, short of like anything special coming out. This is like our final standard vehicle. You know, if you've got this, you can go through, you can complete the game, complete your base collection, all that good stuff. It is a Life Element vehicle, and it is of course a Sky vehicle. So flipping around to the backside, you got Hot Streak. You put them on the Portal of Power, and it's in the game. It's that simple. So here's our Inset Box Art. Oh, I know that level well. That's actually where I go to do a bunch of the challenges. So it's the garden area. But anyway, battle vehicles, battle villains and vehicles, and customized vehicle parts in the game. Of course, if you take Thrillipede, note if you have Excited Thrillipede, you're on a tight budget, and you're like, ooh, you know, I can only get one of these. What should I do? Get the vehicle. When you use Excited Thrillipede, it will supercharge this the same way, so that'll sort of stretch your budget if you are in that predicament. But Thrillipede or Excited Thrillipede plus the Buzzwing equates to the supercharged Buzzwing, which will be statistically superior. Other featured vehicles, the Splatter Splasher, the Sunrunner, the Tomb Buggy, which is super cool, and of course, shameless plug for the Buzzwing. So let's open this up again. This was sent out today. It should be in Toys R Us, I'm thinking sometime this weekend, possibly even tomorrow. So every once in a while I make it a point to try and say tomorrow, just for the heck of it. Nonetheless, I went out. Some people have actually already had this vehicle. I think they pre-ordered it and got it ahead of time. So, and also I believe Australia. I know they got the Battlecast stuff already. I'm kind of thinking that they might have had this as well. So, that said, I did have a few people tell me this is a sweet vehicle. They were very impressed with it. Our sticker sheet here, this is the Buzzwing. You can see that artwork there, and it looks pretty dadgum cool, right? There's the separate name tag for Buzzwing. Here's what I'm talking about. let's just go ahead and fold this up. This is cool artwork, right? That would catch your eye. You would be like, awesome, I want this. Whereas if you like see this, it's like, oh hey, that's cool, but you know, I can't imagine what it would look like. All I'm saying is maybe if we like shrink the artwork down a little bit, push it up, you know, make it sort of like the prominent piece on the packaging, and then shift the Skylander logo or shrink it down, something along those lines. Maybe if you have to, even, you know, come in and predominantly put it here or label it on the sides or something. I just feel like if people saw that artwork instead of, you know, like the game logo, and I understand why they're doing that, because they need to keep things ironed out for, you know, grandmas and aunts and uncles that are kind of unfamiliar. That said, though, I think that people seeing that, the character in the vehicle, would really help sell the vehicles, because you get a better feel for what's in the package, in my opinion. But let me know if you agree or disagree. That said, here it is. This is the Buzzwing. And I've got to say, it's looking pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of High Five, actually. So let's see. So Paul said to watch out for the wings. We will do just that. It came out pretty easily, which is good. And there appears to be a button. I'm trying to refrain from pressing it. Okay, so the color scheme on this, I don't know that it's going to be appreciated in person. Or I'm sorry, on camera, but in person, I think you're going to like this thing. So, I have to tell you, it's kind of got like sort of a Frogger type of a theme, right? You know, if you were building up a little vehicle and you like the color green, it's got the metallic green. It's sort of a bit lighter, I feel, but then it's got the black contrast on it. Seat is sort of the orangey yellow, sort of padded. We've got the orange trim rings here. The wings, they went overboard on, man. This is crazy. Can you see the Life Element logo there at the top? Very subtly placed. Again, orange on the backside. Look at these wings, though. That is insane. It's outlined in black. The wings themselves sort of have like the elytra look to them. The color scheme seems to be orange. Ties in quite nicely overall. Green and orange, believe it or not, work quite well together. Here it is on the back, sort of the same setup. It is translucent. You know, that's why you like see my pinky through there. We can put it in the middle and you'll see it. But there's a button, and I bet it's going to flap the... Oh, no way. It's like a switchblade or something. Okay, this is pretty sweet. So here we are. We're just kind of, you know, like coasting along, and then I press this button. Kaboom. All right. Can we trigger it back? Oh, and then they flap. No way. Okay, so this is pretty cool. Seems like the back ones are trying to do something as well. Let me see. I guess not, but I could kind of feel some tension in them. My finger was getting pressed. Okay, this is pretty cool. There's a lot of complexity here, so if your kids love playing with the vehicles, this is one that they will like. Again, not necessarily bathtub safe, but hey, who's gonna put a plane in the bathtub, right? So we're doing pretty good. I like that. And then it just locks back into place. Switch it up. Oh yeah. So it's sort of, you know, you're gliding along and speed boost, come back out. Beat Flynn only because he let us, right? Here's a front view for you. Let me try to get my big hands out of the picture. That's nice. And check out that glow on my finger, right? It's like a sinister, it almost looks like a fire dragon, right? A villain we might face in the forthcoming Skylanders 6. Anyway, I have to say, they put a lot of detail into this. I could see why this might be the last vehicle released. It probably took some time to figure out how to make this work properly. So, go out with a bang, my friends. Very well done. Now, if I had to nitpick something, which you know I'm going to do, here's what I would do. And I don't know. I've had a project I've been messing on for several years, and it didn't ever really quite work out. I was sort of like doing my own light core figures, you know. More on that later, maybe, if people want to hear about it. But picture, if you will, like orange is apparently a very hard LED color to make, so they try to pawn you off with amber. Although I do have a few orange ones. But picture, if you will, like a little SMD LED in an orange color, not amber. I'm talking straight up pumpkin orange. And when you press this button down, or we could even have an ancillary button, picture an orange light coming out of there. Would that not be sweet? It could be like a little searchlight type of a thing. Anyway, this vehicle is awesome, super intricately detailed, super over the top, in my opinion. It's like, man, this is crazy. That said, here's what this would look like. Excited Thrillipede actually doesn't look terrible with it, but let's face it, the man of the hour is standard Thrillipede. And he looks fantastic in his Buzzwing. So that's your supercharged combination there. Now let's take a gander at some of the statistics, as we like to do. So we will pull this around. Again, I wish there were numbers here because these bar graphs mean nothing without numbers. But armor, top speed, handling is the highest attribute, then top speed. Acceleration fairly high, weight low, armor, lowest attribute it has. Attacks, we have the Insect Swarmer. Tap attack 1 to blast a barrage of butterflies. That should go over well with players. And then we have the Swarm Trail. Press and hold your tertiary button to charge a swarm of friends. Release to fire the swarm. That's something we're going to have to see. But again, this gives you an idea of what it looked like in the game. Really, really impressive. Right here, our performance mods. You've got the Monarch Lifters. That should be stock, plus 10 handling. Then we've got the Forest Patched Wings, plus 10 acceleration. Beetle Shell Blast Plates, plus 300 armor. Lastly, the supercharged component, you have the Bumble Buzzers for plus 10 on the top speed. Your specialty mods here, Butterfly Flappers should be standard, plus 10 acceleration. Dragon Dasher, plus 10 top speed. Beetle Tune-Up, plus 300 armor. And then lastly, the King Bee adds plus 10 weight on your supercharged side. Horn options, they're all the same picture, but slightly different names and sounds. Cricket Crackler, Grasshopper Honker, Mantis Clack, and Antalarm. So let me bring the vehicle back into the frame for you. Using Buzzwing, this is what you'll want to do, according to the strategy guide. Comic books falling out on me. The 2 attacks in Buzzwing's arsenal are about as different as 2 attacks can be. Insect Swarmer is a path-clearing brace of missiles. If you see anyone ahead of you, don't bother to aim, just fire off some missiles. That sounds super promising. At least one of them is bound to hit the target. So, sort of like a screen cleaner, no-brainer type of a sound. Swarm Trail, which is our tertiary, or second attack if you will, requires charging and a solid lock on a target for it to work. But when it works, it's lights out. Another bonus with Swarm Trail is that you can charge it without sacrificing speed. When you get a nearby target in your sights, release the button and let the swarm do its thing. So it sounds like he's got sort of like just this pepper spray, if you will, just thousands probably weak hits, but it's going to, hit something. And then you've sort of got like the charged decimation attack is what I'm making from this description. If your buddy comes in and he has Buzzwing and you can't beat it, here is the recommendation. Racing against Buzzwing. Buzzwing is a tough nut to crack. That's good. That's very good. If you have Buzzwing anyway. It has good all-around stats and effective weapons. Watch its nose for the big butterfly. If you see it, you're safe from Insect Swarmer. It also means you shouldn't get too close or you'll find your vehicle wrecked by Swarm Trail. So the way they've worded that, I'm inclined to believe that this is going to be a bit OP of a vehicle. Oftentimes in the history of the game, the last series of characters or whatever it is that they've got at the time that they release tends to be pretty salty. So based on just the function of this and the appearance, the aesthetics, and how intricately detailed it is, I'm kind of thinking it might live up to the hype. From the strategy guide, it's sounding like this is just going to be a beast in race mode. So we will have to see. We will get it introduced. That said, I hope you enjoyed. If so, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the Buzzwing. If you plan to pick it up, if you're going to pass, if you already have it. If you don't have it, but you can't wait for it, whatever it may be, leave your thoughts down below. If you're super into this stuff, make sure to join the Skylander Club. Also, when we unboxed Standard Thrillipede, I covered becoming a Scholar of Wiisdom. For years, I've tried to think of a way to sort of involve viewers in a project that would kind of commemorate your viewership and, sort of give you a shout out, if you will, as everyone wants. I think I've come up with a pretty good idea. It's the Scholars of Wiisdom. Basically, leave a comment that says you're a Scholar of Wiisdom, what brought you to the channel, when you came to the channel. If it's not what brought you, it could just be the favorite game I play that you watch. So if that's Skylanders, Minecraft, Stardew Valley, whatever it may be, feel free to post that. I will take that information, I will place a cobblestone brick in the wall of wisdom in my new Wisdom Plays Minecraft series. I'll put a sign on it. It will have your name, the favorite game I play that you watch, and basically how long you've been watching. So I think it's actually a pretty good idea. Again, my featured video has currently become a Scholar of Wiisdom. You can check that out for more information. Also, if you check out Wisdom Plays Minecraft, I will be releasing episode 10 on Friday, which is here in a couple of hours. So episode 10 will have it. Episode 8, I think, is when I started it. So be sure to check that out. Again, it's a little way for you to sort of become involved, get a shout out, be recognized for watching the videos and supporting the channel, things along those lines. So I won't spend too much time on it, but check that out. Information in the video description box. Also down there, we will have links to the unboxing of Thrillipede, Excited Thrillipede, all of the quests and upgrades we've done for him, which if you've got to scratch that itch right now, you can check it out with Excited Thrillipede. Rest assured, we will do the same for Thrillipede, but for myself, Buzzwing and Thrillipede, thanks so much for watching. Again, big thanks to Activision for sending these out, letting us get an advanced look, showcase it for you. From what I understand, Toys R Us roughly this weekend. Don't hold me to it, but that's what I was planning on doing Saturday if I couldn't get up there Friday night. So good news is now I won't have to do that. We can just go straight to playing with these guys, having a good time, getting them showcased. But I have to say, this is a fantastic vehicle, and the detail and the intricacies on it are pretty insane. So definitely going out with a bang, but be looking forward this weekend. Shortly after, I think Toys R Us has it. It's just sort of like one of those first run type of deals. You should find it. Target, GameStop, Amazon, Best Buy, etc. So be on the lookout. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you back here as we introduce Thrillipede and the Buzzwing, upgrade them, do their quest supercharge challenges, and ultimately get back to sky racing, where we will be using those vehicles in the backdrop along with Buzzwing to crank out all of the challenges. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.